When I mean new age businesses, I mean either tech businesses or tech-enabled businesses or businesses which leverage the digital infrastructure. They've all look promising as the economy recovers. So, the economy, as you know, is recovering pretty fast. While some industries had a V-shaped recovery, the slow ones like automobiles or real estate and others, they had a slower recovery. But even that is happening now, and the GDP numbers and GST collections all talk about a pretty strong recovery, even in the sectors which were badly affected. So I think that these portfolio companies, especially in these areas, will actually grow faster now because of the rest of the economy is also growing. So there is demand for their goods or their services and so on and so forth. So I think overall, I would expect that our portfolio do well. And in terms of numbers, in the revenue numbers, we're already seeing that in some cases where most companies have crossed their pre-COVID level revenues, and some are, some sectors like EdTech are like 3x or 4x of pre-COVID revenues, but others, which are the normal ones, which are not so impacted positively by COVID, they're, back at about 100% or 120% off. So they're back in their own sort of growth stream. The overall economy recovering will also, push the investment, because what VCs will see is that portfolio companies and other companies are doing better than they were expected to do because of a faster recovery. And therefore, the velocity will be maintained. There are, of course, some, worries about regulatory things, some issues on the e-commerce side and so on and so forth. So there are some of those question marks and doubts which are there in some sectors. But in overall terms, I think that, it will not really impact the overall investment, and that will continue. Because I think one uncertainty is also because of this, the new mutant that has come. So it may elongate the period of, COVID impact in across the economy. So some of those trends will continue. So that is one. Two is that, so COVID focused investing in health tech and ed tech may continue because that trend, the COVID may take a longer time to disappear than it was previously or estimated. So that is one. And the other thing that the pandemic has done to human behavior is that digitization is on steroids now. I think there is a broad transition to a more efficient agriculture and use of technology in agriculture. So I think that sector, agri-tech, will be a strong sector. And everybody is looking at how to make our fixed costs into variable costs. So Indian SaaS that way has a very strong chance of better adoption in the Western world. So I think Indian SaaS for the global markets and Indian SaaS for SMBs in India, this is going to be a sort of not a trend only for this year, but for quite a few years.